Hey everyone, Shelby here and welcome back to another match on our NXT TakeOver Advent Calendar. Right, TakeOver is only a few days away. My favourite part of WrestleMania weekend by quite some distance. First of all then, we have got the Pirate Princess herself, Kairi Sane. This one of course is the Women's Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. Now this has the potential to be a fantastic match. Now, I've always been a big fan of Shayna Baszler. I think she's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, we know exactly how good those two are as well. They're absolutely fantastic. But Bianca Belair is the one who's really shocked me, I must admit. When she debuted a while ago, I sort of looked at her and thought, oh, we've just got this woman who's overrated and her entire gimmick is just long hair and this, that, and the other. But the more I've watched her, the more I've realised she's actually very good in ring. And she seems to have a decent character. It seems to be working for her. And obviously, it's got her back-to-back TakeOver matches for the NXT Women's Championship. So you can't really go wrong there. Now, in my opinion, this match, of course, if you've watched already the WrestleMania Triple Threat Women's match, I have suggested that I believe WrestleMania will end with Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley in the ring, holding their championships up high. Well, obviously, not both Becky and Charlotte holding championships up high, but I feel like those four will be in the ring. And outside the ring will be Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, and the other two. Is it something Bahia and Jessamine Duke, is it? Something like that, I don't know. That's what I think is going to happen. So, and I also think part of that will be obviously Shayna Baszler and Jessamine Duke and Shahbazir, whatever her name is, moving up to the main roster in the same process and obviously sparking the whole 4-on-4 stable war between those two sets of women leading up to Survivor Series for a big Survivor Series match. That is pretty much what I assume is going to happen, and obviously if that does happen, it would mean that Shayna Baszler would have to drop the NXT Women's Championship here. It'd be interesting to see who does pick it up. That's the question for me. Now, I put up a video a few days ago about the possibility. So I've seen the rumours, of course, of 205 Live maybe no longer existed and moving to SmackDown and making SmackDown 3 hours, which apparently is what Fox wants, which I think is going to be very, very beneficial for 205 Live. However, with the fact that we now have both women's championships being held by both being held by people in the main event, and we also now know that the women's championship is going to be not unified, but winner takes all, so winner is going to be the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Champions at the same time, which I think is stupid. Really, really stupid. With that being done, it's a possibility they might unify. And if you remember the original draft split, they hold all the cruiserweights on one brand on SmackDown and all the women on Raw. I don't agree with it. I mean, all the cruiserweights on SmackDown I've got no problem with, but all the women on Raw, I think they've got too many good women now to really do that. If they are going to do that, then I don't see any of the other women moving up. If they're not doing that, then just to sort of spice it up, I feel like they should bring up at least Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, because those two are fantastic in-ring competitors who could really put on some fantastic matches on either Raw or SmackDown. And I feel like they must realise now, moving up to WrestleMania, they must realise that they don't have the depth and talent they thought they did in the women's division. Granted, with the introduction of the Women's Tag Team Championships, it spread the roster a bit more. So you got Bayley, Sasha, Nia, and Natalya, I suppose, are the main ones. Tamina's okay. The Iconics are still pretty up and coming, and obviously Beth Phoenix is a returning legend. So just them four, but if they couldn't find Asuka a good enough opponent for SmackDown's championship on WrestleMania, that they had to have Asuka drop the belt to Charlotte, that to me just shows that there isn't enough depth there. If they're thinking, right, we'll put Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte in a match together, that leaves Asuka nobody worth facing off against. That shows they need some more ability. And I mean, if Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, I said this in the comments of that video as well. If they did have a good enough opponent for her, why not just have an open challenge? Why not have Kairi Sane cash an open challenge against Asuka? Those two have put on an absolutely amazing match at WrestleMania. So I feel like there might be some more promotions from this. So if that's the thing, definitely think Baze is going to drop the championship, and then Baze will move up to the main roster alongside Jessamine Duke and Muhammad or whatever her name is. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comment section down below what her name is. So I think that will definitely happen. So I think we'll definitely have a brand new champion. My thought would be that Bianca Belair might pick up the championship, allowing both Io Shirai and Kairi Sane to move up as well. It depends what they're doing with the women's division as well, because Toni Storm, for me, and Dakota Kai and Rhea Ripley are all fantastic female wrestlers, but they're on NXT UK, and I believe, in my opinion, I think NXT UK is probably... If you look at the tier of things, I think you've got NXT UK, then you've got NXT, then ever so slightly above NXT, you've got 205 Live, then you've got SmackDown and Raw, the main roster. So I don't know whether they might end up moving Toni Storm and so forth onto the main roster, whether they need them to. That's the problem with the NXT UK roster. It's still pretty new. I think they need to develop some people. And when they do that, they can probably move some of the better ones on to full-on NXT. So it does depend. I think there's going to be a lot of movement in the women's division on NXT. And there are some fantastic new names. That, I forgot the name now. Is it Casey Carrazaranzo, whatever her name is? The one who's a Ninja Warrior, who was in the Royal Rumble. I was well impressed with her. I'm really looking forward to seeing some more of her. So there is a lot of decent talent down there. And it is supposed to be there to develop the next stage of talent. And I feel like, at the moment, like we said before, the women's division on the main roster is not probably as strong as it could be. And therefore, moving Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Shayna Baszler up to the main roster might be very beneficial. And I feel like, as well, that it would be pretty good. Because, you could have Shayna Baszler and Ronda maybe fighting against Becky and Charlotte. And then Jessamine Duke and Mahema Bashir. I should get my phone ready and find out what her name is. Could fight it out against Bayley and Sasha for the tag team championship. So it could work like a nice little 4-on-4 feud. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. It looks to me like this is going to be Ronda's last year. It was a nice little thing she wanted to do, but she wants to go away and start a family. And I feel like she's got a 2-year deal. This is the end of her first year, so this is going to be her second year. And I think they'll milk her for everything she's worth and finish her off at WrestleMania next year. So I feel like the 4-on-4 at Survivor Series, something they've talked about for a long time. They've got to do it. They've got the chance now. They've got to do it. 4-on-4 Survivor Series match. They'll probably main event it again, as they do. Survivor Series has become very tedious over the last few years. So actually going into it with a proper, stable war would be very, very nice. Very, very nice. Now, of course, Fatal 4-Ways are no disqualifications, which is why we currently have Kairi Sane under the ring grabbing a kendo stick. And, of course, we know how vicious Shayna Baszler has been over previous months leading up to this pay-per-view. And Kairi Sane wanted some retribution with that kendo stick. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This one, for me, really could go any of these 4 ways. Normally I go into a match having an assumption of what I do think is going to happen. And, like I said, apart from me thinking that Shayna Baszler is going to drop the belt, I couldn't tell you anything else about this match. I really couldn't. Apart from, I think it's going to be very good. I think it possibly, and it's a big thing to say, because this NXT TakeOver card looks insane. It looks so good. With the likes of Gargano versus Cole, best 2 out of 3. We've got Riddle versus Velveteen. Walter versus Dunn. Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the War Raiders. And obviously this Fatal 4-Way as well. It's going to be a really, really good card. And I feel like this could be the match of the night. The women have got the ability. They just need to harness it. And hopefully they'll be getting enough time, which with NXT they normally always are. And it could be the next step in the women's evolution. I think there's several women on the main roster that are really coasting, shall we say. And Naomi being one of them. I'm not a fan of Naomi at all. I really feel like she's overrated. And how she's got into championship pictures and so forth stuns me, to be honest with you. So I feel like if there are a few that are not quite pulling their weight, and we've got these fantastic women now on NXT and NXT UK, and we need to be bringing those people. What happened to Ember Moon, for God's sake? Where's she disappeared to? They really need to, just get rid of some of the duds and start to utilize the best wrestlers they have, the best characters they have. Because it's going to take more than glowing pieces of clothes to keep me entertained, I'll tell you that. Anyway, that's enough me moaning. Yeah, I'm still a bit bitter about the whole triple threat being... I mean, I don't mind having the triple threat as the main event. I'm quite intrigued by the idea of it, and I hope they can pull off the quality it needs to be the main event. However, I feel like they're going over the top with it, to be honest. I mean, giving it both women's championships and this crazy everyone getting arrested thing on Raw was crazy. The best thing about everyone getting arrested, I think a lot of people said this. I noticed it when I watched it, and I didn't realise how much I had the same impact as everyone else. But the best thing about that entire segment was when Charlotte kneed Ronda in the head when she was sticking her head out the car. That was amazing. But still, there's something that needs to be done. It's just, I think they risk on overdoing it on this main event, to be honest. They need to be careful. But they've done it now. It's happening, isn't it, in a few days' time. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure, definitely Shayna for me will lose the belt. I mean, I feel like either Kairi Sane or Io Shirai will win the belt. However, I would like Bianca Belair to win it and allow both Kairi Sane and Io Shirai to move up to the main roster as well. I don't know what it is. I really enjoy Shayna Baszler. I think it's so difficult to really have... I mean, let's say difficult. There's not that many great female heels at this point in time. I mean, Nia's doing a good job. I don't know if Charlotte's doing a good job or people just hate her because of the fact that she's getting the Roman Reigns treatment of the women's division. I'm not sure, but... And I think just Shayna really does ooze that sort of great heel character. And I feel like alongside a heel Ronda and the other two just backing them up, I feel like it could be a very, very solid storyline moving forward, as long as they don't overdo it, like I say again. Nice German suplex there by Kairi Sane. I reckon they could pull off a great, like, 4-on-4 stable all the way up to Mania next year, to where it ends. I don't know. We'll have loser splits up, or loser leaves town, or what. I think that'd be the best way. What is Io Shirai doing here with Kairi Sane? Superplex, but on to Bianca Belair. That's insane. Io Shirai now with the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Shayna Baszler's back in the ring. As Io Shirai continues the assault on Bianca Belair. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How do you think this match is going to go? What do you think the bearings are on the future? This is why I love NXT and WrestleMania so much, because it gives you that sort of indication of what you think is going to happen. I mean, as soon as this finishes, we can sort of see who won and who lost, and we can sort of assume what's going to happen. The thing that annoys me the most, right, is when they do the shake-up the week after. I'm pretty sure the shake-up is like April the 14th or April the 15th, which is the week after WrestleMania. Why not have it on the Raw the night after? Raw and SmackDown the night after. Why not do the shake-up then? It makes no sense to me whatsoever, but yeah, it gives us an indication of what we're going to see. Who we're going to see move up from NXT. And I do feel like this could be a year where we do get a lot of changes, because just looking at the roster at the moment, there's a lot of dead wood on there compared to the people. And consider how many people that NXT keeps signing, and how many they keep bringing up to the main roster, and how many are not getting proper TV time. I think we do need to just get rid of some of this dead wood, to be honest with you. I don't know if they will, because I think they're terrified of people going to AEW now, aren't they? But pin here by Bianca Belair. Oh my god, she almost had it then. Io Shirai couldn't get up in time. Bianca Belair almost pinned the champion Baszler. I think as well, if the Baszler does lose the belt, she does lose the championship, I don't think she'll be the one who gets pinned. I could see possibly either Io Shirai or Kairi Sane pinning Bianca Belair and then Bianca turning heel. I mean, it's been sort of teased a bit here and there. But I feel like definitely Bianca would turn heel and become sort of this evil, dominant heel, which I think again would be a good position for her to be in, to be honest. Sane now with Baszler up on her shoulders. Dropping a neck first across that top rope. Dropping a boot in the arm as well. And now... Oh, what a submission. But Baszler able to grab the legs of Kairi Sane, just yank them out so she dropped. Strong right hand by Baszler, sending Sane into the corner hard, but Sane fights back with the jab to the gut. Taking Baszler up into an Alabama slam. It's an interesting maneuver. Baszler playing possum, catching Kairi Sane, who again catches her back with a dragon screw. And Sane rolls to the outside. Not really going to help anyone because, of course, pinfalls and submissions must take place inside the confines of the ring. Bianca Belair's very, is it over contrast? I don't know. She looks too bright for the screen to handle the colour of her attire, doesn't it? It's really weird. Maybe it's just my TV settings are not correct, but she seems very... Seems too... I almost said the wrong word there. That would have been a very bad choice of words, but it wasn't meant that way. Her attire just seems too colourful. There's too much in it. I need to probably change the contrast on my TV screen. It's so bright that it's sort of making my TV screen blur around it. It's weird. I don't know if that's coming through on the recording or not, but... Oh! Wow, that looked painful. Ankle lock there by Shayna. Shayna's locked a lot of submissions in this match, but every single one has been outside the ring, so none of them are going to count. And you see Io Shirai and... Oh, they're going for it now. I was going to say Io Shirai and Kairi Sane have not really gone at it most of the way through the match. They've sort of avoided each other. There is a mutual friendship there, of course. Shayna now throwing Belair back into the ring, locking in the camel clutch submission. Io Shirai is there, looking to try and break it. But the game's too stupid to be able to work it out. There we go. Try to just grapple rather than just kicking like you should do. Just grapple. Io Shirai out of nowhere, straight jacket German on Bianca Belair. Thought she might have bridged for the pin. But as she goes into the pin now, and Bianca Belair saved by Shayna Baszler, who then Saito suplex Io Shirai. Kairi Sane's back in the ring now. Everyone's trading attacks. Who's going to come out on top? Strikes. I think Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler were playing tennis with Io Shirai there with the strikes. Shirai rolls to the outside. Bianca Belair gets taken down by Baszler. The thing I like the most about Baszler is the fact that she can lock in her submission from anywhere. I mean, I've seen someone do like a dive from the top and she catches her in the submission. I think that was part of the Mae Young Classic. That was really cool, that was. I don't think I ever finished that, you know. I might have to go back and watch that. I've said before, though, I'm recording so much of them, I'm not getting a chance to actually watch any wrestling myself. It's a bit annoying. Oh, wow. Bianca Belair flips back up to her feet to break that pin. Not allowing Io Shirai to get the win there. Kairi Sane behind Io Shirai. German with the bridge. Bianca Belair was under the ring. She didn't see it. In with a baseball bat, but Shirai was able to break free. And wow, Bianca Belair just whacking people with baseball bats. That's a hell of a statement sent there by Io Shirai. Or by Bianca Belair, should I say. Right hand, and now there's the straight jacket German once again by Io Shirai on Shayna Baszler. Shirai now going for the pin, but Bianca Belair and Kairi Sane there to break it up straight away. And a Shining Wizard by Io Shirai on Bianca Belair. Strikes all around. Reverse suplex by Io Shirai on Kairi Sane. Now Shayna Baszler has Io Shirai. This is a great chance for Baszler if she can hit a bit big. No, she jumps to the outside. What is the point in that? Come on, two people are on the outside and you're in the ring with a grounded opponent. Why would you throw them to the outside? You wouldn't. You would finish them off. The AI in this game sometimes just doesn't seem logical. I mean, the AI... I mean, it sounds stupid to say, but we've been doing some Fire Pro World Wrestling recently. And it's a much more basic game, but I'm sure the AI is much more intelligent. It seems to have more understanding of what it should do and what it shouldn't do. I mean, graphically, it's not great, obviously, and... I mean, it's charming in its style, but graphically, it's not great, and just... Whoa, okay. We don't have any glitches like that. Oh, she's dropped. Oh, nice. What a neck breaker that is. Pinned by Bianca Belair. It's broken by Kairi Sane. Bianca Belair now. Spins around, drops her. This could be it. Bianca Belair could get the pin here. Nope, she can't because she's too busy doing a stamina animation rather than going for the pin. Nice gut-wrench suplex by Shayna Baszler. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip. For the second. Oh, it's only two. There's only three in there. Baszler with a pin. And it's why I normally go for elimination in these matches, because they can go a hell of a long time without that, can't they? Kairi Sane drops into the pin, though. There wasn't really much of a move there, was there really? But it could still be the end. No, only a two. Even though the referee stopped counting and put the two up before Shayna Baszler's shoulder moved. You know. Really? You going to try that, Bianca? You really going to try that? Yep, Irish Shirai. This one stood right next to you as well. It was a bit pointless. For me, the recovery time in this game is too quick. I've said that a few times now. The recovery time is just a little bit too quick. And for these sort of matches, again, why is everyone going to the outside? And why did Irish Shirai nearly just kill herself at the bottom rope? Bianca Belair, nice right hand on Shayna Baszler. Baszler now taking Belair taking Baszler up top, dropped her head first, that inverted Death Valley driver. This could be the chance. There's the pin. Referee's too slow. The referee only got a 1 count in then. I mean, that is shocking. I mean, the time it took the referee to get down and tap the mat once was the same amount of time it took for Io Shirai and Bianca Belair, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane to get back in the ring. Bianca Belair goes on the outside with Kairi Sane, leaving Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai in the middle of the ring. What is the plan here? I think if Baszler could lock in the submission, I think that's going to be the way to win this, you know. Definitely the way to win this, but there's a reverse DDT, but Io Shirai should go straight into the pin. Oh, referee, what are you doing? Oh my god, sometimes I forget how bad this game actually is. I mean, it's really poor. And I know I say every single year, next year's going to be so much better because it has to be. It never is. Oh, and again, look. She almost won the match there because Kairi Sane missed the break. You know. Hey-ho. Alright, Kairi Sane. Nice drop kick to the armpits. Which leaves Io Shirai and Kairi Sane near the ring now. If one of these two has got a high impact maneuver, they could win the match. But no, you're going to throw a head first. Really? That's the big move you're going to go for when there's just two of you in the ring. Come on. Shayna Baszler, you're better than this. Come on, finish him off. Io Shirai up on the shoulder. Shirai fights free. And gets a right hand. Shirai and Baszler up in the middle of the ring. Shirai taking Baszler up. There's the bridge for the pin. Referee's too slow again, though. I mean, there could be like 15 different champions by now if it weren't for the referee being so slow. Expect the referee just drop and count from wherever he is. As long as he's pointing in the right direction, just drop and count. Seems the most logical thing for me. Don't leave the ring, Bianca. Come on, you've got the chance here now. She's looking for that finisher maneuver. That looks of it. Inverted Death Valley driver. Dropping Io Shirai face first. There's the pin. Referee's too slow again. Yep, but they've... Oh my god. Oh my god. This freaking game, eh? This freaking game. Either way, the game believes that Bianca Belair will win the match. And I tell you what, I could agree. I really could. I think that, as I said before, it depends what the plan is for the main roster. I believe that Shayna Baszler, as well as Jessamine Duke and Bahabit will be moving up to the main roster during the main event of WrestleMania. That, for me, is the obvious one. It's going to be the female Shield just come bursting on the scene and try and attack Becky and Charlotte. So I think that definitely Shayna will drop the championship. For me, if they're worried about a lack of ability on the main roster of the women's divisions, then surely Io Shirai and Kairi Sane have got to be considered to move up to the main roster as well. And I don't quite think that Bianca Belair is quite at that level yet. I mean, she's really impressed me. She's done incredibly well, but I think there's still more for her to show. And I think that her becoming NXT Women's Championship and having a bit of a defense run for the next few months could be absolutely fantastic for her and really help her develop to the next stage. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think will win this match and why? And what do you think it will mean to the future of the women involved and maybe the women in NXT as well? Of course, if you've enjoyed this one, please do hit a like and of course subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.